Welcome to Annecy, beautiful town located on the north end of Lake Annecy in the French Alps, about 40 kilometers south of Geneva. It's often given the nickname the Venice of the Alps with the river that winds through the middle of the town and the cobblestone streets. The lake itself is absolutely beautiful, pure water, one of the cleanest in all of Europe, and a beautiful backdrop of the Alps. Getting here is quite easy. You can take the bus, which takes about an hour, but it's not quite as pretty as taking the train. The train will add about an hour to your trip if the bus is on time. When we took the bus, it was about 30-40 minutes late, and by the time all was said and done, we could have taken the train and probably had a much more enjoyable time. Train cost about 22 euros. You can catch it right at the Geneva airport. You can go one stop, you'll change trains, and then you'll go through Annemasse and on into Annecy. It's absolutely beautiful. Once you get to Annecy, you've got these beautiful streets to walk down with these beautiful canals, all these great restaurants, fantastic places to eat. We got a pizza at this one up here on the left with the red awning. It was absolutely fantastic. Lots of beautiful old architecture, lots of old churches to go and visit. We went in a couple. They were just absolutely beautiful, like most of the European churches. This building here was built in the 12th century. It's one of the most photographed buildings in all of France, and it used to be a prison at one time, which is pretty interesting. But again, just everywhere you go, the views are spectacular. The streets are beautiful. It's just a great place to walk. Lots of the flower boxes and all along the canals, and windows, and along the restaurants. Very colorful, very pretty town. The side streets are great. These cobblestone streets, these little narrow alleyways give way to some really remarkable shops. The cobblers and tailors, really nothing chain here. There are no chain stores anywhere that we noticed in this city. Around the other side of the city, there is a Galeries Lafayette, and I would imagine that there are some more chain-driven stores in that mall. Lots of great little places to get food, cheese, just anything that you want to get. Also, after you eat your dinner, you can walk by, grab some ice cream or gelato. We did that on a couple occasions. It's just fantastic. If you don't speak a lot of French, bonjour get you along just fine through here. But it does help if you know a little bit. They do appreciate the effort. This little shop here was great. All kinds of spices, lots of things that you could carry home in your carry-on bag if you wanted to. The shopkeeper here was fantastic. In fact, we ended up seeing her again the next day, and she went into a bakery shop, pastry shop, and recommended us to get this pastry that ended up being fantastic. I don't have any video of it, but it was great. This street here was really nice and photogenic. It kind of reminded me of Diagon Alley in the Harry Potter series, actually, with the kind of the hodgepodge of colors on the buildings and just the darkness of it. But again, everywhere you go in this city, it's just absolutely beautiful. We ended up having dinner here at this corner restaurant. The food here is really quite good. Like I said earlier, we had the pizza. That was amazing. A lot of fondues in this area because the proximity to Switzerland. That's where you find a lot of more fondue, and not so much the dinners that you have in Paris. But that little restaurant was really good. Great atmosphere, great wait staff, and it wasn't that expensive. Now, this here is pretty interesting. This is on Thursday night, and just taking some shots of the cafes and all the young people. And the next morning, this street transforms into one of the most amazing markets I've ever seen. It starts off here at this end, this is the west end of the town, and this coffee truck, and then next to it, this van is a rolling rotisserie. I don't know how many chickens she had in this thing, but it smelled absolutely fabulous. Again, like most European cities, they have their markets. You can get meat, cheese, every vegetable you could think of, every color of the rainbow at most of these markets. Fresh breads. I saw one vendor that had fresh young chickens. Of course, they were already butchered, along with skinned rabbits, and I think he might have had some goat or lamb at his cart. But everybody's out shopping. This is pretty much how they do their groceries for the week. These markets in Annecy occur on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And if you're in the town, they're just a great way to spend the day wandering through and just looking at all the goods that you can buy. And it went on for quite a ways. It went down the main street of the street that you saw before in the evening, and then it turned up some of the side streets and went back over to the river, right up to the river. This vendor here, for instance, I mean, olives after olives, fresh juices. And this is now pretty much the jewel of the city, I would say. This is the north end of Lake Annecy. So there's canals here that feed off into the town. And in just a second, when we pan around, these boats here on the left are rentals. So you can rent paddle boats, you can rent a boat that has a small outboard. I myself prefer sailing. I was trying to find a place I could rent a sailboat. I didn't see where there's anything like that. But, you know, like I said, walking along this lake is absolutely amazing. There's a 42-kilometer bike trail that goes all the way around this lake. And there are people out here that are jogging, riding bikes, having picnics, walking their dogs. And this is on a Friday afternoon when this is happening. And like most European cities, they care about their work-life balance. So when the store says it closes at 7, it's going to close at 7. Anyway, this was a quick trip to Annecy, France. Let us know in the comments what you think. Also, down in the comments, we'll have a link to that restaurant that we tried. Give us a like and subscribe for more travel tips and adventures.